My work is about compelling people, building illusions that captivate. They're longing for things that touch base with the natural world. I've been working a very long time, had lots of opportunities, started in the early 80s.
In that time, more than 250 stick sculptures have taken shape.
Once you get going on your sculpture, of course, you let the sticks take sway and you start seeing the moment of imminent possibility to try to build something that's exciting and entices people to come in and take a real look at the piece.
Patrick Dougherty is a sculptor from North Carolina who's shared more than 3 decades building an imaginative form of art that is in demand all over the world.
Just finished working in Sweden.
From France to Denmark, Australia, and all across the USA, his work appeals to the inner child, a chance to explore and reconnect with nature up close.
So this art is activated by people walking through it and people being drawn to the movement.
So when there was an opportunity to bring his imagination back to Colorado, the team at Green Box Arts Festival and the small town of Green Mountain Falls, Colorado, made certain it happened.
We like to have installation pieces that the kids and families can interact with.
A stream on one side, trees all around. Dougherty knew this site was perfect.
It's quite a family place. It might make you think of exploring.
Inspiration will come through exploration and interaction, along with direct participation.
It looks beautiful.
For 3 weeks, a volunteer team of 10 per day worked side by side with the artist.
Yeah.
Gathering.
See if you can start some sticks back up under here.
Building.
Thank you all for working so hard this morning.
And creating.
Anything you can do to help, you're helping the longevity directly.
Volunteers are a vital part of this and every sculpture Dougherty builds.
We've got all this up in here if you could reach up to it. We always build a kind of coalition of grandparents and young people and hippies and businessmen, and all the people kind of come together, and for just 1 minute we're all stick workers, working on beauty.
It's just so fun to work with your hands and to be part of the process that's as it's being created.
It's not only cool, which is wonderful, but it just gives you a great sense of joy. And you just feel that you're so happy, that you're part of a sculpture and get to go through it.
It's definitely a learning process because it looks like you would just stick sticks in, but the artist, Mr. Dougherty, had to come over several times and help me understand that, look, you're trying to create a fluid motion, you're trying to weave into, keep the big lines, but also fill in the back structure.
I've learned that I need to be patient.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Together, this community and artist team brought this piece to life. It's called Footprint in Green.
We started out here thinking about the petroglyphs here in New Mexico and Colorado and Arizona. The feet are just all crazy. So I managed to take a couple of those feet and lay them out. And so we have 1 foot over here and 1 foot over here.
These feet are made out of sticks from willow trees, thousands of them.
Willow is very prevalent here in Green Mountain Falls, so we've been using willow that we've gathered up from people's property up and down this creek that's within the town.
Besides art, this process of thinning the willows helps mitigation efforts after recent years of Colorado wildfires and the floods that followed. Dead growth was removed, creating a healthy environment for new root systems to grow, keeping creek banks in place.
It was pretty critical because as these willows here get older, they get an enormous amount of deadwood in it, and they really don't do that well. If you cut them all back to the ground next year or the year after, they would just be a glory of foliage. So, it's actually pretty good for the material.
Dougherty's artistic talents turn local materials, especially trees, into community art.
The smell is great. When you first walk up, you smell it, and then when you walk away and come back, you smell it all over again. It's just very soothing.
So there's a kind of a continual flow, so it seems like this piece might potentially be somewhat alive.
When I was inside there, I started just having all sorts of fantasies and stories going through my mind about what it was like to be inside there and what it could be for.
We can touch it,
Shake this thing, you realize how strong it really is.
daydream with it,
It creates an image of your summertime and a memory to hold on to.
You can imagine people choosing their own room and, harken back to the Garden of Eden where you just lived without your possessions.
and take pride in being a part of it.
I could say that I helped out with this, and it's going to be here for at least a year. So I think that would be cool to just like bring all my friends down, just saying that I built this.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much. I hope you look around. My life as a sculptor has been incredibly relevant because I've been able to fill in some of the other half. Some people help you do your legal work, other people help you do your taxes. But I help you feel things about sculpture, about space, about line, about the natural world. Well, I have an idea that it's going to be popular.
1, 2, 3, look.
And so I'm really happy.
People in Green Mountain Falls will be